like, I'm wearing these because I just love them. But I'm in a good space again today. I'm keeping with my go slow. But what's gonna help me is I'm gonna have a very spiritual day. It's all nice and simple. I got this amulet, Archangel Michael. I'm gonna get a silver chain, so it goes like all of the, well, not my snake. I think I'd need to stop wearing that. But these are incredibly important to me and what I do. And then this is too, and it's going to be sort of pretty much slap bang by my heart chakra with an Aquarius silver chain. So I'm going to pick that up. That's silver. Silver's cool. Silver's the best metal. It's the shiniest metal you can make shiny. You can achieve a higher level of shininess with silver than you can with anything. And it ain't that expensive, so you can get really good silver. So then I can start charging that up. And like, what's cool, I mean, I know this is still definitely related to mental health, whether anyone believes what I believe or not. It's definitely one of the considerations that practitioners take into account. It's things like belief, faith, spirituality, because it is well written. The positive effect that can have on someone. I mean, like I say, I'm really no big fan of the church by any stretch because of my experience with it. But there are people who have gone there and say that their life's loads better, which is hey fab. No, good for them. Seriously, good for them. If it brings something to someone's life and makes them a better person, jolly good. Which is what I'm doing. But that's also sort of related to like chatting to my cousin. We're doing some more mad shit. Like, I'm a soul cowboy. I ain't got no goddamn rules. Energy does what I fucking tell it to. That's kind of like a lot of my attitude with this. One of my courses is intuitive healing. I'm back to that. But it's all intuition with me. It's just knowing shit and doing it naturally. And that's what I did, like, when I consecrated her cards. And she commented on it. We were chatting last night, and she said, like, after I'd like introduced her to the experience of proper tree hugging, which is like really quite magical, and left her to it, and then off I went and did my shit. And so, like, the Reiki power symbol, Choku Rei, and it's the literature will tell you to draw or imagine it, and it's like, yeah, but what about connect with the earth and the sky and feel a fire in your fucking heart and make everything fucking rage and then draw it like that with fucking sweeping gestures? It's called a power symbol, man. Put some fucking power into it. That's how I work. And like, I can't actually sort of do that, obviously, when I'm doing things like angel card readings, because it's a little bit manic. But she actually commented on that. She said, I looked around from the tree and saw you like properly into your zone with your wand, with my magic wand. And it's like, I must say, I'm not gonna get into any form of dark magic and instructive and commanding magic. Mine is all gonna be about sort of receptive magic and angelic magic. Yeah, angelic magic is what I'm doing. But I thought, well, a magician needs a wand. I can call myself a wizard, actually. I can. I looked it up. How do you become a wizard? I was thinking of becoming a wizard. But it's just another version of the law of attraction. It is. It says so. It says if you want to be a wizard, just say you're a wizard and believe you're a wizard, and then you're a wizard. But it's, again, I'm not going to do sort of formal, deep, dark stuff. But I've got to live this shit, man. Belief is belief. And I meet a lot of people who love this stuff. But, without being crude, it's what I used to do. I used to call it flirting with it. I was like, wow, that's awesome. Yeah. Right. Are you going to do this, that, and the other? No. I've got this to do. I've got that to do. And, that's the predominance of people's lives. And so I think, well, the predominance of my life needs to be this. So I need to get a lot more dedicated. I've started using like my kaftans as prayer robes and stuff. But my cousin digs that shit. And I've been looking for someone who can just do, like, that's the sort of natural magic I would do. I'm meeting her, and there's going to be an ocean, and there's going to be old rocks, and there's going to be a Bronze Age quarry, and there's an old, Bronze Age settlement there, and it's a nature reserve, and there's rare flowers, and there's nature, and there's animals, and there's fucking air, and the fucking ocean, and granite. probably, and chalk, and fucking whatever, loads of natural shit around, and just make up your own cosmical magic. And then that's made me think of, I think, on the intuitive healing course, one of the things, which I may put in, I think it's this one, this is my Reiki book, where I've got, it's like a school book, it's got my, just the basic symbology that I'm gonna, I thought if I draw the reference book, you can't probably see it, can you see that one? It's basic stuff, but I might buy another one. I want to have beautiful books. Doesn't it look nice there? Oh, look at that. I've got this one. This is going to be my magic book, with a tree of life going on there, to keep in with my Archangel Metatronic energy. And I think this has got to come with me on Friday. I don't know why, but I don't know what I'm going to use this for. But I do want them to be sort of kind of sacred books that I keep as reference books and stuff. Because the thing with magic, I've had to get an app on my phone just for fucking figuring out what solar hour it is, because it involves maths. And I'm like, oh, fuck off. My phone beeps and tells me that. But there's a lot to take into consideration. That's why I don't want to do really deep magic. It's too fucking complicated, mate. I live from the heart. I live intuitively. And that affects my mental health. You know? So if I look at the significance of what's going on, it's given me, these are my beliefs. Oh yeah, she also does Reiki. We're going to give each other our own brands of Reiki, because Reiki can be very individual. So it's about healing. So again, there's that secondary effect of that. I'm in the mindset of healing. I'm going there not expecting healing, but you know what I'm saying? I'm in the mindset of I'm here to engage in a process that will help get me well. I'm talking to someone with an experience of similar, we all have our trials and tribulations and our demons, and has had, positive effects from that. So she's sharing her experiences with me. She doesn't mind if I act fucking weird. I can speak really simply to her and say that made me smile, and it just did. That's nice. I like that. And say things like, I get quite scared. And just say it, real simple fucking English. That's how I have to communicate with people, and that's how she communicates with me. But it's I was reporting the lack of any kind of human connection and the significance that has had, and then that situation gets addressed. Not fully addressed, no, but it's the kind of thing I've been on about, and it's deeply in tune with reawakening my spiritual practice, because it's it'll be the key to a lot of things. It's a lot of what I'm doing. I need to live and love this shit and immerse myself in it more. And I've got someone who's in tune with my style of working. She commented on how I just was going, I need to find the right tree. And then I was just hoofed it up this muddy bat, and she just came along and just was it just felt so normal. She's just and a lot of people are what, up there? And that's, you know what I mean? Not everyone's into that sort of shit. And a lot of people get a bit squirmington. I have before, when you get someone who's really taking their spirituality seriously and doing big sort of and stuff like that, and you kind of go, I used to be like that. I don't want to sound like a spiritual snob, but I totally get that a lot of what I might say would seem totally left field and wacky, and what the fuck you on about anyway to a lot of people. It's another one of my little portcullis. And I have to just love and accept it. It's I always stress if people start talking about it, I just say, are you just asking me because you want to take the piss? Because to be quite frank with you, if you already don't believe it, I've got no fucking interest in changing your mind. I don't care what you believe. I really don't. I just do my own thing, man. Because I think a lot of people come across as, when they are into religion or spirituality, they start preaching or whatever. I don't know. I know that there is a lot of negativity towards what I do. Socially. Socially, when I start talking about what I do get oh dear, it's common. And I'm just talking with, when I meet people, we all meet people, don't we? When we go out and just get introduced to people, get chatting to people. And so many of my answers to those socially normal questions lead to awkwardness, shiftiness, look at my watchiness, anyway I better goiness. It's just, that's what you have to learn to fucking be on the receiving end of when you're Mikey, I'm afraid. And it hasn't helped. It hasn't helped. There's a great many things that come together and don't help to create this overall picture of puke nothingness that I have been. But like, I'm getting into my weird and wonderful magical things. I'm seeing my favourite human. I'm getting some lunch cooked for me today. You know, it's like I've not seen her for a couple of weeks because she had to cancel last week. So that'll be cool. And then I'll go to the gym. And then I can just... This is going to lead into my study. When I start looking at all of these things, I'm going to start reading up on things. Because that was the other thing I said to her. I'm going to like look through my magic stuff. That's where I was at with the intuitive healing course. It talked about going out into nature and having an intuitive experience of your own creation and write about it. And I think I've got to write about 500 words, 1,000 words. Just no academic writing at all. Just this is what happened. And I think at the first time I read that question, I might have still been taking my guitar down to the tree near where I lived. I used to sit under a tree and play guitar sometimes. And I was going to write about one of them, but it's like, no, so that'll restart my study, which is part of my path, it's part of my journey. So it's a magical kind of connection because it's reawakened a lot of things that were on their way anyway. Like that's what I was reporting back for duty, that my head was starting to have my ideologies, my little creative thinkoids. Thinkoids. Hello, I am a thinkoid. I have popped into your head and I have turned you this direction. What about this? But that's my power. That's part of my power. That's part of my magic. And so it's like I can really fucking live and feel and love this shit and feel it with it's in my face with the wind and the sea and the fucking salt and the stones and the noises and all of that shit. And I like sharing shit, and I can share that shit with someone and go, I fucking get you. I'm feeling this. Do you know what I mean? A proper shared experience. And that will positively help my mental health. It just fucking will. You know, one of the sort of, you know, some people will say it's a negative mindset. I will say it's harsh reality. And it is a lot to do with the whole forgiveness flex. Like I've kept saying, something happened that overboiled me. When one is overboiled, one becomes permanently hilarious, such as I am before you at this moment in time, right? And that is just is gonna have to be lived with. So if it means that I have to do eccentricalized magication to find my happy, and that's the other thing. That's the main fucking other thing is I consecrated her cards, and part of our conversation, she was saying what she felt when she read with them. And she, you know, she's a reader too, so she's got her own style. But, you know, there is it's not just, this is a sign. This card here means that. You know what I mean? And there's often, for me anyway, a huge cosmic, spiritual, wondrous experience that goes with it. And she was feeling that magic in her cards, and then she was taking photos of the reading, and like she was discussing it, and I was just sitting going, all of this stuff is just making me smile. That's when I said it makes me smile, because that was me bouncing back. That's the kind of shit I mean, cosmically, energetically. I had a monstrous physical experience when I put that in there, and I said, open it when you get home and tell me what you feel. And then that's what she was texting me about, like last night. And it started to make me excited. I got a genuine feeling of physical excitement. Just hearing about it and just imagining the feelings that she was describing. She was describing this actual... And I'm like, wow, that is a fucking bit of me. That is a fucking bit of me. So it's like, yeah, that's what I'm going to go and do. What is it? It's only 10 o'clock. Yeah. Go and get my silver chain. Go and get fed. Go and lift weights. Charge this shit up, do some sort of... I'm going to do a lot with this. The more you charge an object in energetic ways, the more sacred it becomes. I'm going to speak to some other healers I know and just say, just cop hold of this, will you, and give it some fucking love. Do you know what I mean? And just keep charging it with positive, healing, protective energies and wear it all the time. Take this shit seriously, and it works more seriously. You know? I may not like religion, but I do admire their dedication, and I admire the spiritual element of it. I love the spiritual element of it. I love religious buildings and shit like that. I really do, because of the power I feel in them. There's a sacred energy there, and I love that shit. So that's what I'm going to go off and do now.